10 Best Places to Visit in Portugal. Located on the western coast of the Iberian Peninsula, Portugal is one of Europe's most visited countries due to its idyllic climate, affordable travel costs, and exceptional attractions. The richness of Portugal's heyday, when it used to rule a huge empire from Brazil to Macau in China, is something you can definitely see in its architecture. Elegant and drenched in opulence, the buildings of Lisbon and Porto, especially in their respective old towns, certainly reflect the wealth of Portugal's imperial days. The Algarve in southern Portugal is a long stretch of towns and beaches from Lagos to Faro. Hotels and golf courses jostle for space in this famous region of the country. Hiking along the Algarve offers great coastal views, but taking a trip to one of Portugal's islands like Madeira or the archipelago of the Azores is a whole other world of beauty. Number 10. Viana do Castelo. Set in a scenic spot at the mouth of the Lema River, Viana do Castelo lies in the north of Portugal, right next to the Atlantic Ocean. The small city boasts interesting and impressive historical and cultural landmarks, and is a popular stop along the Portuguese Way. As it has long been an important pilgrimage site, numerous centuries-old churches and a gorgeous Gothic-style cathedral can be found dotted around town. Its well-preserved medieval center is also home to fine palaces and manor houses, as well as a couple of small museums. Overlooking everything from its prominent hilltop position is the beautiful Basilica of Santa Luzia, which was modeled on Sacré-Cœur in Paris. Besides all the divine architecture and magnificent monuments, Viana do Castelo offers astounding views over the surrounding area and is an excellent base for exploring the Lema Valley. Many people visit to hike in the foothills or lounge on its beautiful beaches. Number 9. Nazar. Located in the historical Estremadura province, the small town of Nazar is set in a scenic spot, with rugged coastal cliffs and beautiful beaches lying all around. One of Portugal's most popular seaside resorts, it is famed for the enormous waves pounding its Atlantic coastline. Due to the ferocious waves flung up by the undersea Nazar Canyon, the town has long attracted surfers to its shores. While riding record-breaking waves is a popular pastime, many people prefer to simply relax on its golden sands or bask in its panoramic coastal views. Home to lots of charming cobbled lanes, the center of Nazar is full of fantastic seafood restaurants, small boutiques, and peaceful pensions. Number 8. Braga. The third largest city in the country, Braga lies in the north of Portugal, surrounded by gently rolling hills, sweeping valleys, and fertile farms. Although it is known as the City of Archbishops, it boasts much more than just churches, with a charming old town and lively nightlife for visitors to explore. While its historical center is full of winding narrow lanes, elegant plazas, and beautiful old buildings, there is a youthful and lively feel about town thanks to its large student population. As such, cheap but excellent cafes, restaurants, and bars abound, while magnificent monuments and museums can be found here and there. Number 7. Guimarães. Boasting one of the most beautiful and well-preserved historic centers in Portugal, Guimarães lies in the north of the country, not far from Braga. The city is often called the birthplace of Portugal, as it was here that the nation's first king, Afonso Henriques, was born. At the heart of Guimarães lies its two main attractions, its majestic 10th-century castle and Grand Dukes of Braganza Palace. Fascinating to explore, they boast exquisite architecture and offer an invaluable look at the city's rich history and heritage. Its magnificent medieval center is also wonderful to walk around and is home to pretty plazas, lovely old buildings, monuments, museums, and art galleries. Number 6. Tomar. One of Portugal's most pretty and picturesque towns, Tomar lies in the center of the country, surrounded by fertile farmland. As it was once the headquarters of the Knights Templar, its ancient streets are home to important historical, cultural, and religious monuments. In the center, you can find beautiful buildings that exhibit some exquisite architecture, with Gothic, Manueline, and Renaissance styles all displayed. While centuries-old churches, chapels, and palaces abound, its main attraction is the castle and convent of the Order of Christ. Once a Templar stronghold, it was from this sprawling and spectacular citadel complex that Portugal's overseas expansion and age of discoveries began. Number 5. Óbidos. Located on a hilltop in the central region of western Portugal, Óbidos is encircled by an old fortified wall. In the 8th century, the Moors established a fortification on top of the hill. It was taken from the Moors by the first king of Portugal, Afonso Henriques, in 1148 and modified in the 14th century. Besides the wall, the magnificent medieval castle and historic center of Óbidos make up the city's main attraction and can easily be walked. A labyrinth of narrow, cobbled streets leads visitors along busy squares, inviting cafes, quaint shops, markets selling local handicrafts, and whitewashed houses spruced with colorful flowers. Elegant old churches like Santa Maria and St. Peter's, with their hand-painted tiles, ceilings and walls, please the eye. Number 4. Porto. World famous for its production of fine port wine, the busy city of Porto sprawls along the hills overlooking the Douro River in northern Portugal, prized for both its natural and architectural beauty. Well connected to other major cities in Portugal, Porto provides a good public transport system of buses, metro, and cable railway. At the heart of Porto is the charming pedestrian zone, the Ribeira, an atmospheric place on the river, buzzing in live music, cafes, restaurants, and street vendors. Dominating this popular tourist setting is the Ponte da Luz, a metal, double-deck arch bridge that links Porto to Vila Nova de Gaia, well known for its port wine cellars. Among Porto's many architectural treasures are beautiful old churches with elaborate interiors, artistic works and gardens such as the Church of St. Francis and Porto Cathedral. Number 3. Sintra. Nestled in the foothills of the Sintra Mountains on the Lisbon coast, just a day trip away from Portugal's capital city, Sintra presents a spectacular setting of verdant hills, sprinkled with pretty villas, royal retreats, palaces, and castles dating as far back as the 8th century. Prized by the Romans, Moors, and Portuguese royalty, Sintra's beauty even enchanted the famous poet, Lord Byron, to write of it in a personal letter, describing it as the most beautiful village in the world. Sintra's hills make walking an effort, but the rewards are worth it. For those who don't wish to walk, there are buses that stop near all of the city's attractions, such as Pena's Palace, a fantastical castle reminiscent of Germany's Neuschwanstein. Built in the mid-1800s and serving as a summer retreat for the Portuguese royal family, Pena's Palace is surrounded by forested parklands containing exotic trees, plants, and flowers. Number 2. Algarve. Sunny Mediterranean climate, gorgeous beaches, picturesque towns, flower-clad hills, historic sites, fabulous cuisine, and affordable costs are just some of the reasons that make the Algarve one of Portugal's most popular tourist destinations. Located in the country's southernmost region, the Algarve offers a feast for the eyes. From tranquil landscapes of olive groves, traditional whitewashed villages, and lovely villas to the wild, windswept coast with its dramatic cliffs dotted with summer resorts. The Algarve is occupied by bustling cities and quaint towns alike, offering delights of cobbled streets, historic architecture, and beautiful old churches. Faro is the region's capital, and Lagos is the area's hotspot for nightlife. Number 1. Lisbon. Stretching along the banks of the Tagus River near the Atlantic Ocean, Portugal's capital and largest city winds upward among 7 steep hills, forming an enchanting destination of warm weather, alluring alleys, quaint shops, Gothic cathedrals, impressive bridges, and colorful neighborhoods, reverberating in traditional fado music. One of the world's oldest cities, Lisbon's biggest appeal lies in its diverse neighborhoods or bairros. Among the most popular of these districts is Belém, favored for its royal palaces, gardens, and historic monuments and landmarks, such as the Jerónimos Monastery, one of Portugal's most visited sites. The city's oldest district is Alfama, an old Moorish quarter, distinct for its maze of cobblestone streets, rustic architecture, St. George's Castle, and fado restaurants and bars. So, which one was the most fascinating to you? Let us know in the comments. Also, remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.